Folks in the house, happy Valentine's Day, and I'm doing a redo on my video. As I'm sitting here doing my video, and I forgot to give a shout out to my niece who had twins yesterday. And I have to get my phone up here. I'm sitting there doing this video, and then all of a sudden I was about to post it, and it's like, wait a minute, I forgot to cover some information. So my niece had twins yesterday, and I think she's a couple weeks early, but waits healthy babies. It worked out, and let's get a picture of the kids here. Hopefully this comes across. Is see if we can do this here. So those are my new great nieces. Um, yeah, two baby. I'm sitting there like, were they both girls? Yes. So that's them, and congratulations to my niece. And our families on both, I guess, my nieces and her husband, no twins. So they kind of have that thing of going through generations of twins, and there is no record of twins the way it sounds. So I guess this could be a start of something down the road for for their family. Um, is how I started my video out is I was thanking my friends, had some serious talks and reached out to some friends and was able to talk, and I appreciate that. So Pat, Mike, Cindy, and Matt, thanks for letting me talk, and appreciate that. It's good to have some people that you can talk about stuff um, in regards to seriousness, where it's like, hey, and I'm still not grounded. And once I get things going, I may do a video on it. Um, I just trying to get my head around this a little bit. Something that just is going to come, but you're learning about it, and well, it's dealing with elderly parents. I'll just go with that, and it's a process that kind of read up on some stuff, and I was more or less kind of disappointed on what I was reading on how they were talking about it. And it's a topic that I think everybody has a different scenario with it. And unless you know the scenario, you can't, everybody's not going to fall in line with elderly parents in regards to how it works. So, kind of going with that, know the situation. You kind of have to go with certain things. I'm kind of going with a gut a little bit. I'm hoping, I've done some praying on this too, so hoping I'm getting direction with God with this big time because I need it. So, but yeah, it's great to talk with family and, like I say, friends to get some perspective, and it's like hear me out on what I'm looking at doing and see what thoughts are, and you know, um, but there'll be more to come on it. I think I am going to cover it a little bit. I am on FMLA. My company was very cool about it. Uh, thing that was a little entertaining is getting in the fax and paperwork. My printer's not working, and so I ended up running over to the doctor's office. Everybody was cool about it, getting the process going and going through it. Um, so I have that for a little bit. Things are going to be changing life wise and stuff for me. And that's where it's like YouTube. I don't know. I would hope so. I'm hoping, but something that's it goes on the back burner kind of thing. I come over here just to get a little break, and I'm going back over after this in regards to my parents, and that's where we're at with that. So thanks everybody for this, and again, congratulations to my niece and her husband and the two little ones. 5.6 pounds and 6 pounds were the weights of the twins. So that's information. You're not getting any height and all that. People get a, what about this? What about this? What about this? If I remember right, it was about 12 o'clock their time in the afternoon. And I texted my niece and she gave me a congratulations. I don't know, like 30 or 40. It was a little time before, after the labor, that she said thanks. And so, uh, ups and downs in life. That's where I'm going to go with it. Um, if anybody's having some, if you have friends and you can lean on them, go for it. Um, it's great. It really is. You kind of talk about stuff that you're like, am I really talking about this? And it's good, perspective, and you just present yourself as best you can, and um, see how the conversation goes. So yes, that's where that is. Um, our pastor at our church came and visited my dad today, and that was very, very good. And thank my pastor for coming over for my dad and had service for him, and that was kind of cool. It was very ended up having a talk with my pastor and talked about stuff off the wall, and uh, interesting. It's interesting. So, okay, sports. Yeah, changing it up. Let's go going out to left field. Um, UWM baseball starting today, and I don't have. They're playing Mercer. In my previous the video that I was doing, I was kind of saying if they can get six wins before conference, it's going to be that'll be a losing record. But for the being on the road as much they're going to be, it's brutal. I kind of have this. It's like, why do they even have? Um, I need to change this up. Sorry, I'm presenting. Need to present a little better there. So sorry about that. Is I don't know why they even have the baseball program. I think it's good for them when they get to conference play. I think they're a stronger team because of it. But that road thing is got to beat the hell out of those guys. I mean, it's pretty decent. I mean, I have to say, if anything, some of these players, if anything, to get into professional baseball, they're going to be set because of that road thing. Uh, so that's that. UWM women's basketball is 6-21. I think the head coach, she's been there for quite a few years. I'm thinking there possibly would be a change. If there isn't, I'd be a little surprised. But I think there's a time that you have to say, you know what, maybe change is good. And this would be that opportunity. UWM men's basketball 16-9, and Coach Lundy. I think if he gets to 20 wins, I think he's going to get a job opportunity at a bigger program, possibly. Um, I hope he stays one more year, but I think that's if you have three consecutive 20-game seasons in Division One, even if it's a small conference, I think you're going to get some suitors uh, that are going to be looking at you. So see what happens here at the end of the year, and go from there. Okay, movie talk. I gotta redo my movie conversation. Um, I'm gonna start with the one that's not bending the rules. 2012. This got a 4.8. Um, Edge the wrestler. He's a suspended cop in New Orleans doing an investigation. Um, I don't know, 4.8. I'd give it somewhere between a 4 and a 4.8. I don't know if I'd give it a 4.8. I think it's maybe a little lower than a 4. So that's that one's. I'm going to go in order of what I think. Next one is martial arts film. Um, the old Kung Fu Master. So this is Kung Fu Theater, 1980, 1981. And it's also called the Old Dirty Kung Fu. So it's basically the drunken master, the guy that plays the character. If you ever watch any of the drunken masters in the Kung Fu, it's got a comedy kind of thing to it that he does pretty well, and he's got a fun character. If you're looking for the old Kung Fu Theater, um, I think that's something that, I'd throw it out there just to, see if somebody will, I'm waiting for that day. It's like, you know what? I decided to watch one of those. And it'd be like, what the hell are you watching back when you were a kid or something like that? But hey, it's like, a genre that's there. Um, so somebody that's, a romantic or something, or, is like, go watch Kung Fu Theater. Yeah, try pick one of my martial arts films out, see what you think. Some of it's, it's low budget stuff, but some of the choreography can be pretty kind of wild. And like I say, there's some comedy routines in there a little bit to break up things. The dubbing can be totally rough. I mean, totally. Um, and you know what? There was a movie that the person that I don't know if I have it written on my note is the person's voice was so irritating, and it just was like, okay, I'll stick with it, but it's like this is the character you're giving this voice to, and yeah, it's like I hope I wrote that down just to have it as a oh yeah, dealing with the dubbing sometimes can be a little rough. Okay, next one is going to be a western, Dead Man's Hand, uh, 2023. That's kind of 3.8, so I kind of have it a little better than Bending the Rules. Stephen Dorff, low budget western, and it does have a plot, and I think it's if I remember a little violent wise, dark. So that's I'll give you a warning there. I think it's better than 3 point. Like I say, if you take Bending the Rules and Dead Man's Hand, I take Dead Man's Hand over Bending the Rules. That's just me. Um, Next one is The Courier. This is 2019 because there are different Courier movies, and it's got a 4.8. London Courier has to protect, well, ends up delivering a package and ends up being a bomb, ends up finding out that there's a witness, and she ends up having to protect. And if you're looking for a crazy action movie, it's there. 4.8. I'll give it the four. Like I say, you put Bending the Rule with their 4.8. Now, The Courier definitely is worth it. So, if you're looking for an action movie, 2019, Gary Oldman is in it. Olga, oh, and I didn't. I'm not even gonna. I know there's the name. I apologize. I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, I guess she is an international star, if I remember right. And then my last one is Henry Poole is Here, uh, 2008 comedy drama. Luke Wilson moves into a neighborhood. This got a 6.4. Uh, it's a good story. I don't want to. He basically moves into the neighborhood, and one of the neighbors thinks she sees the face of Jesus on his one of his walls of his house, and so it becomes a little crazy with that. But there is a story. Like I say, I try not to give too much on these movies. I'd rather have you guys watch them. I do throw the trailers out there. I almost sometimes I like sometimes the trailer almost if you watch the trailer, it's almost the movie, and it's in, one two. There's one movie trailer. I wish I would, and it does do this sometimes, and it's you kind of wish they didn't. It started with the beginning of the movie, like two-thirds, a quarter of the way, halfway, three-quarter, and the end. I mean, that's the trailer. It was like the movie in 5 minutes. It was crazy. I was like, wow, why would you basically? There's no reason to watch the movie. You just watch this trailer and you have the movie. So um, off on a tirade there. Sorry about that. So those are my movie talks, and thanks everybody for watching. I know I got small viewers and low count, so that's where we're at. And have a good one and enjoy.